the untraditional ways. You can still tie in some of the untraditional ways of setting launch parties. And if you get them all running together, sales, retail sales, conversions to brand partners, 2-on-1s, which we're going to talk about, that 2-on-1 conversion of a brand partner, and then launch parties for the people that get in and want to actually really do the business. So let's begin at the basics, and that is the retail sales. And we've got 3-4 different women. We're going to start, I think we'll just go through each woman and we'll just kind of ask you your questions. So let's begin. Brent, I'll turn it to you and let you start with Buffy. And I know y'all's product she does a lot with is Renew. So y'all just you and Buffy kind of walk through only the retail sales part, like how's she converting the post to a sale or the conversation to a sale of a product.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Saturday. So one of the things that I got to say before Buffy takes over is, and I think this is important for everybody on here, is she made a decision. She made a decision to move. And it was right after Destin. It was actually, she came to Destin to make the decision to take her business to the next level. And just so everybody knows, because I'm going to say this really quick, Buffy had built in network marketing and had built up a residual income. And here's the power of our industry. Her girls went off to college. They all 3 got a scholarship together. And she was able to watch them play all 4 years of their college and get a residual check every week from this company. But then going into Destin, I'd been talking to her about where our company's going, just the timing, where our economy is. Like, Buffy, now, like, we could take it from here to here if you would get serious. And she said, I'm going to Destin. I'm bringing my husband to Destin. I'm bringing some team to Destin. And out of Destin, we're going to launch. And she's done just that. And so, Buffy, let's take them through what you're doing, because so many people are using Renew, but they're just like with the drops and MOA and other products, there's a system behind what they're doing. And so we want to dive into the system of what you're doing, because this week, maybe you share income wise, because I know we're not making income claims. We're all brand partners on here. But this week, Buffy, I'll just take you through some interview process. What this week was your income outside of the comp plan?
About $1,000.
Okay, $1,000 outside of the comp plan this week. So
yeah, in my bag.
In the bag, she says. She made a post about her bag yesterday. Outside of the comp plan, $1,000. So on average, that's about $4,000 a week outside of the comp plan in retail sales. That means she's taking a box of Renew and she's exchanging it for cash, either Venmo, PayPal. Buffy, take us through that process. How did you get the sale?
I don't know. It's the on Facebook. I mean, it's the posting. It's something that I'm very uncomfortable with, but that's what it is. It's the posting. People are watching. And people want to know, and I just meet up with them, or
let's take them through the process. Let's take them through the process though. So you make a post on Facebook, okay?
Yes.
Make a post on Facebook, and anybody can go on Buffy Wallen's Facebook and see some of her posts that she's making. Very simple posts. But what happens when? Give me the process when somebody reaches out in a comment that says, "I want some information."
I just instant message them, or if I have their personal phone number, if I know them personally, I will go, and just say, hey, I want to meet up with you. I just kind of work through the process of, it's what they want to do. It's the text, or it's the, hey, can we meet, and have lunch? Let me talk about this product, because they're watching.
Hey, Brent, I just remembered that Antley has a 10:30 meeting too. We still, so we're going to do Ashley and Buffy simultaneously, because Ashley will have to hop off and go do her meeting for her group here in 2 seconds. So go ahead, Brent. I'll turn it back to you.
you want to go into Ashley?
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask them both the same question because, like you just heard Buffy say she made $1,000. Ashley's made probably at this point about 12,000 her first 5 weeks or 6. How many is it? 54 days now, Ashley?
Today is actually the 8-week mark that I've been in the company.
And just like Buffy, half of it is retail sales in addition. So half of that money is coming in pay plan. The other half is coming through selling boxes of drops. How many boxes have you sold, Ashley? I'm going to get you and Buffy equal, and then we're going to dig into how y'all are doing it.
Yeah. So I stopped keeping track after like 130 boxes. I stopped just because I was like jotting it all down. And then I finally just said, I can't do this. So I get the 10 packs and I can't keep them in stock. I mean, I just had 2 people come up today and they said, is there any drops? And I'm like, yeah, I've got 2 boxes. And so, but it's constant. I mean, people are texting, they're calling, they come up to where I work. And I mean, I can't keep the drops in stock, which is a good problem to have. It's a great problem to have.
So here's the big question because last week, everybody got the social media training on how to post different things. And we can all go look at y'all's posts and study them. But where both of you guys really separate is you make the post, somebody responds, y'all are immediately converting that to cash in your pocket by making the sale. That's the part we want to focus on. So tell us, both of you now, how each one of you take that initial post, whatever questions you answer, and then what do you say to get the money on sent to you?
So
Buffy,
I don't,
sorry, go ahead, Ange.
So I don't go into like a long drawn out spiel about the scientific, this is what it does. I mean, these people are coming on and questioning it because they've been seeing the post. So I'm constantly every day, and I post a lot to the stories. I don't post, I post on the feed, but I post a lot on stories because it's real quick. It's quick and people don't get kind of dragged down by it. So I'm posting a lot on stories on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'm having a lot of people, even 30, 40, and 50 days after I've posted, they said, hey, I've been seeing your stuff. So people are out there watching, even if they're not commenting. And I've had a lot of people that have placed orders that have not liked one post or have not said one thing, but they're watching. And so I'll send them like 2 pictures. One shows the first bottle and the bottle's ingredients. And then the second picture shows the second one and it's what that's got in it. And I'll send those. And then I'll say, these drops are awesome. I've lost 10 pounds. Reese has dropped 20 pounds. They're great for you. They're healthy. I'll give them the price and I'll say, I've got some in stock, so I can sell those to you. Or you can go to this link and I'll copy and paste where they can go to get those ordered. And I mean, it's just simple.
Buffy?
And that's exactly right. I mean, I can ditto that. And with Renew, I mean, that's just exactly what I do is, this stuff is making me feel good. I mean, it's just making me so much energy, versus, we do have weight loss on this product also, but I go in with the energy and just feeling young again.
I just want to say real quick. Oh, sorry. I want to say I've watched Buffy and I've watched Ashley and I watched a lot of the other girls. The one thing that they have is excitement and passion, and they do bullet points, and you can almost feel it coming through their post. Like you have that, I want what they have, whatever it is, I don't care. And so I've watched them, and listen, I'm not a social media person. Y'all know that. I'm just now on Facebook. So I'm just now, like I've been watching, and Buffy, you always have a smile. You're always excited. You can see the passion that you have. And I feel like you can feel that coming through. And that's what, it's not like they say it's just easy. It's rocket science. It's just what they do. It's like they carry it over into their post.
Hey, one thing before we lose Ashley, and we're going to keep going. on to everybody else. But before we lose Ashley, because I watch y'all do this all the time. So Ashley, I need you to tell everybody before you get off how you take a customer, because you don't sell the business on your social media. You sell a box of drops.
Yeah.
It's after they get on the box of drops that you then give them the opportunity to get a discount and make money. Will you share how you word it, and then how you teed up to the 2-on-1 with Ashley, and then you and Ashley both talk about that. And then Buffy, you do the same with Brent.
Yeah. So, what I've been doing that works like magic is, people love the products because they're great products. When a person starts the drops or the product, I follow up in like 3 to 5 days after they've been on them and just say, hey, how's the drops going? Are you feeling great or whatever? And then of course, everybody 10 out of 10 have come back and been like, yeah, I feel great. I've lost 10 pounds or I have so much energy or whatever. Then at that point I say, oh, that's great. This company is awesome. I've earned blah, blah, blah. It's just a great company. They've got great products. If you ever want to jump on that side of it, just say the word. And then I also have a lot of people that, come back to buy again. And so they're like, I'd love to try some other products. What's the price for this, this, and this? And I'm like, well, for a one-time $30 fee, you can sign up and get wholesale pricing. And then you can also sell the products if you want, but you don't have to. I've gotten a lot of people doing it that way. So then they're getting their discount. And then if they decide to sell, then that's just even better.
And then one last thing for me, Ashley, and we'll let you get your meeting. But y'all all place these bulk orders on all your personal sponsors. Like, the reason all you guys are crazy in the power rankings is because everybody on y'all's team is ultimate, and everybody on y'all's team have an auto ship. It's like 190 out of 190. And so if you don't mind, real quick, just explain the system that once you get them in, you and Ashley are doing to get the ultimates placed on their businesses.
Yeah, so it's real important. I try to get every person on a Zoom call with Kim and or Ashley. It's just good to have that backup. Whereas I've only been in the company 60 days. They've been in the company for years. So I try to do that. And then what other question, Todd, did you ask? Sorry.
Like how y'all are doing the bulk ordering on everybody's everybody's taught to do it after they make ultimate. So everybody's kind of getting driven to ultimate as a team.
Yes. So basically every person that I've signed up, I've gotten to the ultimate level, because when they come in and they see that slide, that's like you choose your business level. Of course, everybody wants the highest level because you get paid better, right? So I will place bulk orders like these 10 packs and stuff. I'll place them under people that I sign up, because that's bumping up their volume. If your people do good, then you're doing good. So we all kind of want to work together. So the biggest thing is, don't sign up these people just to say, oh, well, I've signed up, and then you just drop them and they're just out there floundering. We've got to, this is a team thing. So we've got to build them up. So I'll place these bulk orders under them. It's shooting up their volume. And then I'm getting a percentage of 30% of that order. So why wouldn't you do that? I mean, it's kind of, some of this stuff is kind of just so easy and simple. It's like, okay, it's a one-time $30 fee to sign up. Okay, that's easy. That's cheap. Everybody can do that. And then it's you're placing orders. I just dropped the earring. You're placing orders under your people. So that helps them. They get pumped up. They get fired up. And then it's helping you. So it's kind of just, it's teamwork. It all builds together.
Thank you for fitting us in, Ashley. You can keep chiming in and get your meeting.
Thanks,
Brent?
Awesome, Ashley.
Go ahead,
Thanks, Ashley.
Yeah. And Buffy, one of the things that I see you doing more and more and more, and this is a tip for everybody, and maybe you can share this with everybody, is you're screen capturing text messages, things on social media. Somebody says, oh my gosh, I just slept, restful last night. You're screen capturing that and you're sharing it out there via text messages and social media to draw attraction. You want to touch on that?
Yes, I mean, I'm constantly asking them, like say day 2, I was like, how does it go? And that excites me, to know what this product's done for me. Now it's doing it for other people. So I mean, yeah, I want the world to know about it. And that's the only way I know how to do it is put it out there, you know? I mean, like I said the other day, they can just keep scrolling or they can read it because they're reading it.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is here's what I love. When you got something working for you, run with that. Run with that. Don't turn your head. And Buffy, you're about 3 days behind on your selling of a box. So take it through. You give Todd a trial. What are you doing? What are you doing in 3 days?
I am following up with them via text message or messenger on Facebook, but I'm also sending them the video, and I asked them, and I asked them to watch that, I said, hey, watch this, and then, just be personal with them also and say, hey, please watch this. And they do, and they're like, you're right. I've got, do you have a box or how do I get a box? And to me, it's the person that you're dealing with is, I feel like if I can just hand them one, it's better that first time, and then they're like, ooh, and I'm like, 15%, put it on auto ship, or the other, that and so that's how I'm signing up people.
So let's we're getting ready to bring Cynthia and Sherry in, but Sherry, you were not a part of the group of girls. You were just on the outside in a different organization looking in, and you've done really well. I mean, you've already had a great business here. You already make a great income. I know you've already senior officer, and which means you made $2,000 in a week. But you looked at what they were doing and then you upped it one because they were all selling the boxes of drops around 140. But you went and launched 7 days ago, and at last count was 42 boxes at 176 your first 7 days. So you walk us through what you saw and then how you took what you were seeing and implemented it now yourself, kind of a really starting by yourself. You didn't have a team doing that.
Right. So I'm kind of the poster child for somebody who's been around for a while. So I've been a brand partner for 6 years. I have loved the products. A lot of you guys know my story. I had a retail store, had a huge transformation as far as my health goes, and all things were going well. But I always sensed that there was another way. There was a way to really take the business to a next level. And it was through a launch party plus some corporate events that I started really seeing what those opportunities were and some of the things that I needed to change in what I was doing. And it was in Destin that really made the difference when I heard Robin and I heard Buffy and I heard some of the things that they were doing, and it just opened up a whole nother world. The approach, the thought process was completely different. I've owned a retail store for 5 years. I've been selling these products at retail, but I haven't been selling them like this. And it makes all the difference. I will tell you, and my mind's blown. I am still trying to wrap my head around this. The first post that I made.
Sherry, let me say this so everybody can comprehend what's occurred for you. You've made almost $5,000 in cash. Your part.
Yeah.
Because you're buying them at 75, selling them at 176.
Yeah.
And you've done 42 in a week. So everybody can do the math there.
Well, I've done more than 42. So here's the update. So on May the 9th, that was my first post. What I think is critical to understand is that I haven't been a drop user. I think I did the drops when I first started with the company 5-6 years ago, but it was never a product that I sold really well. So I always was afraid to have more than 2 boxes on the shelf because over the years I've had them expire. Okay, so this is the difference in mindset. I was having to mark down drops in the past because they were expiring. Now I'm ordering 30 at a time and can't keep up with them. So it's just a difference in the process and the mindset. So on May the 9th, which was 11 days ago, I grabbed a box of drops and decided I was going to start the drops. I took a picture with the drops. I had no testimony, none. I posted the first day and just invited people into what I was doing. Now I have a good Facebook following already because of my store and all of that. So, you know, I do recognize that I have a good following, but I cannot stress enough the importance. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. You have to work on your algorithms. That's part of your job in this whole process. Is you have to like, when somebody likes your post, when somebody comments on your post, they are speaking to you. If you had somebody speak to you in real life, you would never not speak back, or that would be considered rude. So if somebody likes or comments on your post, you need to be liking their comment and commenting back. You want to create conversation. That's what gets your algorithms up. And if you don't understand that, basically what that means is now you show up in other people's feed. People are going to see you more often. It doesn't matter how much you're posting in Facebook. If nobody is seeing it, you're almost wasting your time, and we don't want to do that. So interact. Start interacting on other people's posts. If you have somebody specifically that you would like to see what you're doing, then you better be over there commenting, interacting on their post as well, because that's where it all starts to change. So on May 9th, I did that first post, and that's when people started reacting. They were interested in doing what I was doing. I had just finished running. I had no makeup on. My hair was pulled back. I was in a sweaty tank top. So stop worrying about what filter, if you got the right makeup on, if you're, you know, people want to see real people.
Yes.
So, you know, don't worry so much about those things. You know, we don't want to look like fools, but at the same time, we get over concerned about that stuff. So that post is what has started a chain reaction. I immediately went to my notes. I have 2 links from the tools section that I use. One is the product guide, the 4-page product guide. I took that link, did a copy link, and put it in my notes so that I could copy and paste it really simple. Then I had I went down to the testimony video, found the one that I liked the best, and then I copied that link and put it in my notes as well. And then I started just building in that notes in my phone responses, because once it starts happening, and it's going to start happening, it's fast. You will not have time to go in and start typing up messages, you know, the initial messages. So you need to be ready for that. That will keep you from getting frustrated. So so when somebody says, can you send me information? I immediately reply, info on the way. I hit like, and then I go straight, just like Buffy said, I usually go straight to Messenger. And the reason why I do that is it's easier for me to keep up with the responses. If I do my text messages, I just get really worried about it getting lost. However, I'm thankful that we have that option now to pin. I have started pinning messages to the top just so I don't lose them. But my preference is to do Messenger. So I immediately send them that first link with the product guide, because I think the ingredients and the nutrition information is one of the most important things that we can send. Then the second link would be the testimony. And then I shut up. You know, all that information right there, the nutrition information, the testimony video is enough to get people interested. Some people watch it. Some people don't. Some people just come right in and they want to know the price. So here's the thing that I'm doing a little bit different. So, you know, because I've had the retail store, I sell those drops. I've been selling them for 5 years for $176. In my opinion, there's no reason for me to discount a product that I know is worth $176. I've been selling it that way. So I sell the drops at $176 at full retail. I have had 5 people that have not made the decision to purchase the drops initially because of the price. I waited a couple of days and then came back in and told them that I found a coupon, or I think I used the word promo code, and I offer them the 15% off, which brings it down to $149.60. They would have gotten that 15% if I would have sent the smart link, which is what I used to do anyway. So technically I'm not really losing, you know, I'm losing 15%, but in the past, I would have just been, sending them that link and not getting all that retail. So, so it really doesn't make a difference. But it has poured in, you guys, and I have just been staying on top of things constantly. I have a notebook. I can see where it actually said at some point it's hard to keep up. My poor little, well, I was using a legal pad, and I'm going to have to go to a notebook because my poor little legal pad is getting all beat up. But just keeping up. So as I did another post, I think one of the posts that the picture that you guys are using, I'm so excited. When my box of 30 drops showed up at my house last Friday, I was just, I mean, I was almost emotional about it because I knew that that was an indicator of a shift in my business, that things were different. I order a lot of product, y'all. I mean, my retail store sells a lot of product. I have never ordered 30 boxes of drops at one time. And each one of those boxes of drops, because I order the 10 pack. So that 10 pack represents 500 PV. I also am placing that under my new brand partners. I'm getting everybody to Ultimate as quick as I can. But every box, by the time you do shipping and tax, the cost is about $94. So I'm selling them for $176. So I'm making $80 profit. Well, as of right now, as of today, I have sold 58 boxes. I have only discounted 5 of those at $149.60. So I did the math here real quick. So 53 boxes at $80 is $4,240 in 11 days. The other 5 boxes are at $375. So I've made a total in profit. This is not commission, but I've made a total in profit retail of $4,615 in 11 days. It's unreal. But the post that I was referencing, I had all of those blenderized boxes, and my husband's sitting there, and I was so overwhelmed by it. I thought, gosh, what can I do? And I started out with them in my hands, and Joey was stacking them in my hands, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. I feel like there's something else that I want to do. I said, let's just stack. I think if we stack them up, the stack's going to be as tall as me. Now, at this point, this was only 30 because that was my first order was 30. And I stacked them up. And I put my husband as my photographer. Bless his heart. I have to give him a lot of direction, but he just started taking pictures. And I found the one that I really felt like, showed my excitement. I just happened to have on my Key to Healthy, which is my store t-shirt. That was not planned at all. I had been working in the store that day. And I just think you can just see the excitement. I've gotten so many responses. And when you stack 30 boxes up, it was I was able to prop my arm up on it. That catches people's attention. So, don't be afraid to put yourself, I see a lot of posts of just the product or a lot of posts of, some of the fact sheet, and those things are good, but people want to connect with you. This is your story. This is an opportunity for you to create a storyline. I think Ashley was the one who said she posts a lot to her stories, but even in your news feed, people are drawn into what you have going on, and they want to see what comes next. They want to know what's going to happen when they turn the page. So you want to create that. Do not overload every single post, every single story with just sales information, because people may, get a little bit tired of that. So make sure that you're incorporating all these girls that I'm following, and I see that they're doing this stuff. They understand that they still have to show their life and what's happening in their life, because people want to be drawn into that. Pre-order and prepay. That's the other thing that I wanted to stress. I've never, ever, ever done that. It is a game changer. So when somebody asks me about the price, I have another text message that I send them that says, this is the price. It's for 28 days. I can't keep these in stock. So I'm offering a pre-order option with a prepayment. And then I immediately go into saying, my preferred payment is Venmo. If you don't have Venmo, let me know and we'll work out another option, because Venmo doesn't have all those fees. So I make more money using Venmo. And most people either have it. If they don't, I've got some other things that, that I can offer them. either cash or I can do an invoice through the store. So that prepay option is amazing, because then you're placing orders and you're not using your money, because for a lot of people getting started in the business, the thought of spending $1,000 on a 10-pack is overwhelming. A lot of people can't do that. And so I've putting several new people into the business this week, and we're starting. We talked about that. Kim Gray and I spent some time on the phone the other day, that lifeboat pack, that 4-pack. And so I've got a lot of people coming into the business with that. And what I teach them is when you sell 2 of those at full retail at $176, then you're at $352. You're $20 away from being able to buy another 4-pack at that point. So once they get those 2-packs sold, they need to go ahead and start thinking about, hey, I'm going to go ahead and order another 4-pack, because they've, all that money that you're bringing in. I've been a business owner for a long time. You want to buy low and sell high, but you have to constantly be reinvesting. That's not money necessarily in your pocket. You got to be able to buy more product, or with your profits, and that's how you're going to grow. That makes a huge difference. And I know that's my mindset, because I've been a retail business owner for a while, but that's super important as well too, is to be thinking that way. So I'm teaching my team to think that. So if they buy a 4-pack, once they sell 2 of those, they are real close, very little investment at that point that they have to make to go ahead and buy another 4-pack to kind of get ahead. And then they just keep pre-selling, collecting, collecting, and they can move forward like that. So
That was a major nugget there, because I think a lot of people, to include me, Ashley, would tell you that money comes into me and money goes out through me, not necessarily the reinvestment. So a lot of us don't have that business experience. So to think that way from the day one, to be taught, listen, that first bit you get back is not yours yet. Let's reinvest in a business built where we can walk you away.
Yep, absolutely. When you own a business, a lot of people will put a lot of money in up front. It takes a long time to get that money back. I built my business with very little investment in the beginning, because I did not want to go into debt. This was my retail store, and I just committed for 2 years. Everything I made, I put right back into the business. That's one of the great things that I love about this kind of business is it's yours, and you do it the way that you want to do it. But if you really want to see growth long term, then you understand it is a business. You don't start making money necessarily right away. You want to go in and you want to invest it in more product to help build the business up. So it makes a big difference.
Yeah. So Brent, Cynthia, we'll turn it.
Coach, I got to say this. Sherry, as I sit here and listen to you, first of all, thank you. Jim Rohn said a long time ago, if you'll learn with the intent to teach and give back to others, which all of you have done this morning, you'll be so blessed. And Sherry, I got to spend some time with you in Destin, which was a pleasure. But I want everybody on here I wrote it down. I mean, I've got like a page of notes here. Sherry, to recap, and there's so many nuggets you shelled out during this segment. You heard Robin and Buffy from stage. Now, they do the business different, but you grabbed some pieces of each and you started to apply some things. But here's what you did. She started in her notes section and started creating a system of responses back to people, a system of links. Have you got that system? Like you, and then you didn't just wait to create the system. It evolved as you evolved. So you added to it in your notes section. I heard that. And so you didn't wait to be perfect. And I just think back and I'm like, that's so huge for all of us is we can take this lesson from today and just simply start. If somebody's sitting there going, man, I'm not getting involved with this, don't wait around. Go back and watch the replay of this. Sherry just laid out exactly how to go make money this week in the business. So
Brent, there's one last step, which is one of the things Cynthia is going to talk about, and that is then adding in some traditional, like we're talking about some non-traditional things. I mean, like Ashley, my wife, she's never been on Facebook. So this group of women have got her on Facebook, something her family could have never done. And so you got to get outside the box non-traditionally, but then traditionally, we all know that launch parties and some type of weekly infrastructure, like Cynthia runs there in Oxford. So let's go,
Todd.
Sherry, and then we're going to
Yep.
go to
Todd, can I add
Cynthia.
one more? Can
Yes.
I add one more thing before I step away? Because I feel like I'm not doing due diligence if I don't. You know, I had mentioned just putting out a couple of simple links to start with and then kind of being quiet for a little bit. Only be quiet for a little bit. What I do about every day, or at least every other day, is I scroll back through those messages, because people are busy. They're reading stuff and then they're moving on. And it doesn't, crickets, or what we refer to as, oh gosh, then I got crickets. That doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's not interested in what you have to offer. It just means that life got busy and they hadn't had a chance to get back to it. So the other thing that part of my system, as Brent said, is I have another text message that I send out after at least 24 to 48 hours to where I haven't had response. And I go in and I say, hey, just checking back in. I'm getting ready to do another order, whether I am or not. I know there's another order coming. I'm getting ready to do another order. And I really would love to include you in my pre-order list if you're interested in this product. You know, summer's coming, let me know, you know. And so, you know, part of your responsibility in all of this is to keep the conversation going. You want to make sure that you're not assuming anything, and the way that you create those messages, you want to create that excitement. You want to create just that desire, as Ashley said earlier, to have what I have, which whatever it is that appeals to somebody from my post or what I have going on. But don't assume that because somebody doesn't reply that they're not interested. It may just mean that they got busy and they forgot to come back. We all do it in different ways. So I wanted to include that as well too, but creating that follow-up system is so important.
Last question for you, Sherry, and then we're going to go, because Cynthia takes to the big step, and that's run a weekly infrastructure. But
yes,
but one of the things that you came to Destin, and you're unlike a lot of people ask me to coach them, but very few really let me coach them. They already have, the ones that have been in for a long time, they already have their preconceived ideals, and they really don't ever really want to change. But you did. You came with what you had been doing, which I would consider a really good system. Like y'all have your act together up there in North Carolina with what y'all were doing, but you wanted more. So you asked a couple of things. What do I do differently? And I said to you at lunch, Kelly was with you, that we got to do launch parties. So you and Kelly did one. Y'all had 35 at your first one. And since that one, you've set 7 more. So last thing from you, and then we're going to go to Cynthia. Tell us how you got 35 at yours and Kelly's launch party, and then how you've set 7 additional ones since that time.
Yep. So Kelly was with me. We immediately knew we needed to do a launch party right away. So Carrie Hicks and Kelly and we kind of challenged ourselves to each get 10 people. Just understand that in order to get 10 people to show up, you have to invite about 30 or 40. So don't just invite 10 and expect to get 10. It doesn't work that way. People are busy, and even if they love you and they want to invest in you, people are busy. So invite. And you're looking for people who are, you know, looking for side hustles, not happy in their jobs, just interested in overall health and wellness. People, you don't want to, we're not tricking people into anything. We want people who are going to come and want to do what you're doing, because if they come and they don't really, you know, they're coming out of obligation, then that's not going to necessarily get you anywhere. So really make a list. But so we got 35 people because Kelly and I were excited, and Carrie, we were excited. We kept things simple. We just did, you know, a real basic cheese and crackers and some fruit. We had a little sweet cookie that 56 day approved, of course, cookie that Carrie did, and we just kept things simple. But as far as getting the other launch parties, now I have new brand partners, and I have what I'm calling revived brand partners that have been in the business for a while, that have not been actively working their business. And some of them I have targeted, and I've gone back and said, you can do this, and I want you and need you on my team. And so we've revived some brand partners. Well, they were kind of dragging their feet a little bit, because I said, hey, let's do these launch parties. And my schedule is crazy, y'all. And so I kept looking at my calendar, and it made me nervous. And I knew that we needed to get these launch parties. So I sat down and I made a list of every day that I had available to support them at a launch party. And I put them all in a group message. And I said, these launch parties are critical to grow in your business. If you have a mindset right now and you want growth, then I need to know when your launch party is. These are the dates that you have to choose from. 2 of you can do a party together if you want to, but we got to get this on the calendar now. So I created a sense of urgency. If they want to grow their business, then tell me when you want to do a party, because I'm at a place now where we're moving forward, we're moving quick, and looking back is not going to be an option at a certain point. So I'm basically telling, especially some of my brand partners that have been around for a while, I'm like, this train is moving quick. If you want to be on it, you better jump on and let's go real fast, because otherwise you're getting left behind. So just created a sense of urgency.
And Cynthia, least but not last, I've been following you for years. Cynthia is one of the most educated nutrition people in our company. She also owns a nutrition store in Oxford, Mississippi. So Brent, I'm gonna turn it to you and Cynthia and talk about the infrastructure that Cynthia's put together and all the different things there. I'll let you guys do that one.
Yeah, I'll turn it to Cynthia. And first of all, congratulations, Cynthia. You number 1 power ranker in the state of Mississippi. Congratulations.
Uh-oh.
Big shout out to you. Yeah. And here's the thing. Cynthia stated back, she'll tell you that she said, I am going to create a weekly infrastructure in Oxford, Mississippi. And so, Cynthia, take us to that point, that thought process, because so many of us on here, I got to say this, so many of us on here, I've been in over a decade. There's not a week that goes by that I don't do an experience party somewhere. All right. Sometimes it's 6 a week. Sometimes it's 1 a week, but I promise you it's 1 every single week of my life since I've been in the business. But Cynthia, you made a decision. Everybody on here has the ability to make the decision to do an event in your hometown. The question is will you? Will you? That's what separates a lot of people. And so we all have the ability to do it. Cynthia, you made that decision. So take us through that and what's going on in and around Mississippi, number 1 power ranker.
Okay, well, hello to everyone. And before I even get started, I have to say to Sherry and Buffy, I have notes all over the place on envelopes and everything. So that was just awesome. Congratulations to both of you. So the thing with Mississippi in our weekly meetings, the first of March, well, the first of the year, I kind of started with Renew. I had been with the company forever on Limu, so I'm out of the Limu family. And I just kind of made up my mind that when you're teaching, I've been in nutrition for like 28 years, and I'm an avid teacher. I absolutely, positively love teaching health. I love the opportunity when people walk in the door and say, hey, look at my report from Dr. this person or Dr. here. Look at my triglycerides. Look at this, look at that. So that's really exciting to me. And I'm just a firm believer when you give the body what it needs, it has the God-given ability to start repairing itself. That's just what I believe. And that's just what I talk about all the time. So my thinking is, after learning more about partner code and it's almost gonna sound like a cult kind of sounding a little bit, but it's not. I'm just an avid believer in Brent Palmer and Andrea Rosser. I just want to be a part. If they were selling grass, I would want to be there. I mean, that's just where it is. So that's the first start. So the second thing is that I'm originally from Birmingham. So I've been in Oxford for over 15 years. The store itself is 18 here, and from Birmingham, 10. But I just started looking around. Every time somebody talked about something big, I'm excited about big towns. I mean, I like to travel, but it was always you had to go somewhere to get something, go somewhere to learn something. So my thought was, hey, I need to make some noise. Ole Miss making noise, and I want to make some noise when it comes to health. And so when March, I just looked at the calendar. I said, okay, God, I'm doing this. I wasn't opposed to the home thing, but I wanted an atmosphere for everybody could feel comfortable to use, to have for people to do the work for me. The hotel was already clean, bathrooms, water, whatever. And so I went to talk to the general manager and of La Quinta, right next door to my business. And I told her what I wanted to do. I told her I didn't have any idea if I would have one person or 20 people. I didn't know. And I told her I wanted to make some noise in Oxford. And I told her when I came, I'm coming strong, I'm committed, and I wanted to know what her price was, what it would take to get this done. At the time, it was just me. Now we have a team. Do you know that when it's time to do something, look what happened. If you make up your mind, first a decision was made. I made a decision that if I had to talk to empty chairs, I was going to do this. I was going, and I'm not much computer either. I mean, I'm better, but my husband drives from Memphis to and fro to Memphis every day. He decided, he said, if you're going to do this, I know you're a little scared, and that's the word, scared about technology a little bit. So he made sure, I mean, we have a really nice TV. That room is really nice. I'm very proud of it. And he kind of, I don't know all the gadgets names, but the point is he told me to hook this to this, taught me how to use the TV and all of that stuff. And so when I don't know how to do it, I thought, well, somebody could be in here and do it. Now, really, the joke has been me accomplishing that. So anyway, yeah, we got it going. So what we do, I started just talking to people and telling people, but I got to tell you this, for those that need to start and want to start, just start. Do you know that room every Monday night is I did the math on it. That room every night is discounted at 84%. 84%. I could buy lunch for what I pay for that room on Mondays. That was a no-brainer. And her thought was,
one thing there for the ones that are brand new, that is the most negotiable piece of real estate around. So never accept a price, negotiate. Like Cynthia went in with a passion. I'm going to be here weekly. I'm trying to get this started. My resources aren't great. Can you help me? And between you and them, they'll find a night they're not going to be renting it that much. And it could be a back room of a restaurant, but there's some design there we'll talk about another day. You don't want waiters and waitresses messing with you the whole time or serving pizza while you're talking about weight loss. But Cynthia, thank you, because this is so good. So good. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's great. Thanks for saying that. Okay, so we started the first Monday in March. We started, what did I do? I post every week. I just say, that you do have to put a picture of something of yourself, because people, they see words, they kind of like to see you. And if you know, for those of you that know and those that don't, Oxford is just that town where it's kind of, hey, how you doing? It's kind of like you don't meet a stranger anyway. So it's kind of easy to get the word out. So this is what I told people. I said, you need to come, and we call it health talks. So what the goal was is to put a little education in it, maybe 15 minutes of education, meet and greet. And I always wanted to be a teacher, believe it or not. So now I get a chance. We have name tags, we have a sign-in sheet. It's really fun, and they get a kick out of I may print out something like, like something like, here's something, just something to put in their hand so they can it can be used as a note sheet on the back, So I always say, I turn it over. I say, do not look. I am Cynthia, the teacher. You can't look. And so they, we break the ice, we laugh. And so people come, and when they come, we have I'm a Renew girl. So we have our Renew trial packs. So we use them, we sell them, we show the video, but I always pick a topic. So we know the different things that Renew do. So when somebody talks about, this will be a good one. I just run you through what we did. Improved cell regeneration was a topic. I just make it a topic. So guess what? Did you know, and this is how I talk to them, because I get excited. Did you know that it takes 28 days for your skin for cell rejuvenation. Most people don't know what that means. So when you tell them it takes 28 days for tissue repair, 500 days, this is a great one, 500 days for your liver to turn over liver cells. Somebody could say 500 days, that's too much information. Not when you want them on auto ship. 500 days is a year and a half. So when you want auto ship, you better tell somebody about liver cells because that keeps the auto ship going. So anyway, it's fun things like that, and they love it. We start at 6, we're through at 6:55. To show you when something's good, they're not leaving. They do not leave. Now I'm packing up because we are closing. But what we're doing, we set the atmosphere. We do say, can we ask any questions? We let them know why we're there. And I always tell them, I like this a lot. It's one of my favorite sayings. For only $29.95, can you believe it? Only? Who does that? So that gets people wheels turning. And if you do the trial pack, think about this. For only $25, $25 to feel better, better libido, better sleep, better everything. That's what I say. From head to toe, something better will happen. Now, I don't know what your better is, but that's what I want from you. You go do it, and then you bring it back to me and tell me what your better is. Because somebody's going to have a better on these products. So the thing is commitment. Now we're in it 3 months. So now what we're doing is we have the party in the room, and then we have a party in the lobby. They take the party from the room to the lobby. Do you know, guess what? Do you know how many brand partners, and this was huge. We had 2, what was it? I should have wrote it down, but I got it. Here it is. Do you know 2 ladies walked in on Monday night and said, I don't know exactly what it is. I just want in. I think you call it a brand partner. I hadn't even started talking. And that's what I like.
The power of a weekly infrastructure right there.
And it's the power because it's the buzz. One lady walked in, I really had to get myself together. One lady walked in, I hadn't seen in 6 or 7 years. I almost said it, but I caught myself. I almost said, no, it was because I just was getting too excited. You know how you get so excited, you're glad that they're there. And so what they decided to do, they said, hey, we want in. So we have 6, we put in 6 from Monday night, 6 brand partners. And then we have a team. I think Michelle have a couple, but anyway, it's growing and people are coming. And so we're going to go, and that's just with word of mouth. Imagine when we do more, online, and we're telling people, hey, so what we're thinking about doing, Michelle brought this idea up. She said, hey, Cynthia, now let's get people, hey, tell your friends and family. And maybe we thought about doing a little, I don't know, some door prizes, just making it fun and like a party. Now, we don't serve food or anything. People tell us that it's a way to be around different people and they're loving it. And so they're going out. So that's Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now they come back to my store because they heard about Monday night and we do business again, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's really fun. Hey, we'll do a Saturday and Sunday too, but it's that fun. And so all of that stemmed from my love for teaching, my love of people, and Ashley, who I have not met yet, only through Zoom. She helped me so much with the why. And she used that term. She said, well, everybody want to help people, but you have to dig in a little deeper. So I got to thinking about that. And I sent this to Brent Palmer, but it was months ago. I started confessing and saying, I am the #1 business builder in the entire company. I remember a time I wouldn't be on Zoom saying all of that, but I'm saying it now because you have to set some goals to it. And so and I even thought about that. There's scripture in the Bible that talks about how can people hear unless they have a preacher? How will they know if they don't hear? Well, how will they know if I don't talk in Mississippi or all over the world? How will they know if I don't share? How dare I have something in my hand that could help somebody, help somebody? How dare I not share? So my call to action is more than just, oh, I'll get to it. No, there's a call to action. People are looking, and the 2 things you hear is, I would get it. How many times have I seen a person come get product? How much is this? How much is this? How much is this? Do I have to get 2 of them? Can they work together? And I have to tell them a lot of times, look, this works together. People find a way to get it done. And this is what I like to say. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. So you know what? Do what you have to do. But when you come back, it's going to be the same story. It's going to be the same price. And it's going to be the same Cynthia to be here to help you. So let's get it done. And that's what we do.
Cynthia, you know, I've watched you.
I'm ready to sign up again.
I know you got such great authority. Your desire of being a teacher, I'm sure you have been already, but if you don't think so in your own mind, you have arrived. You just taught 160 of us how to be, not just run the meeting, but how to posture and share something with authority. And you claim, listen,
Yeah.
you claim that you're going to be number one in this company, and just go do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The first time I heard Cynthia was on a call a couple months ago, and I was scheduled to help that night. I left so inspired by you, Cynthia. So you were definitely one of the people who put a fire under me to do more. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to you as well.
Oh, well, thank you. And right back to you today. I can't wait to implement some things you talked about.
Good.
It's awesome.
Teamwork makes the dream work, y'all. Work together.
That's it.
Coach,
So
I'm
Brent,
just
10
sitting back.
minutes over. I've still got questions, but I guess we'll have to do a continuation.
I'm smiling from ear to ear because, hey, just so you know, I've got notes too. I mean, I've written all over my book today. Listen, the fire is ignited, everybody.
Yeah.
If you can't be on, I mean, you can't be on this call and go, oh my goodness, I now have things in my arsenal to go build. It's making a decision and going and doing it. And Todd, one of the things I love about this company and us, and I got to say this as we end, I know we're over time. I was on the phone with John Wadsworth yesterday, Jr., one of the owners. And I had a group of people on the phone with him. And I got to tell you exactly what he said, because it fired me up more than anything. They were asking for the world and asking for all of this. And he said, hey guys, I want to tell you my vision for our company. He said, I want long-term growth. I want to turn this over after us to other people. I want to create a company that withstands the test of time. He said, I want to create a company that's simple, that is just simple, that people can come in, they can feel like they're loved, and they can grab a hold, and they can go in the lane they want to go in, and it's simple to do. He said, I want to create a company that's got products that people can talk about, and they're just simple to talk about, and they're affecting the world in a positive way. And he said, at the end of the day, I want our people to be able to find the gateway products they want to use, get to know them, and just love sharing it with people in their community. I got off the Zoom and I'm like, that's who we are. That's the culture of our company. And as you listen this morning at these amazing ladies, guys, it's time. It's time to announce where you're at in the world that, hey, I'm locking down my spot, my territory right here in my hometown. So, Coach, amazing call.
I love that. I kudos to Cynthia too. She didn't sit back and go, Brent Palmer, when can you come? Can you come here every Monday night? She just did it. You know, I mean, she just got in there and did it. I love that. I mean, all these girls, and there's so many more that are out there just doing it. They're not sitting back and waiting for the Todd Rowlands or the Brents or the Kens or whatever. They're actually just doing it and making their claim. And it's exciting. It's exciting.
Ashley, the one thing we didn't get to today, we'll do this. I know next week we're going to be in a live training, but maybe the following week is how you're doing the three-way phone calls and Zooms, and what you're saying to convert that customer that's a week or two old into a brand partner before they order another box. So we could actually probably make that almost a whole segment, because I know that can go a lot of different directions. So we'll get that in the future, but sorry we did not get to that today, because that is a big component.
Well, I think we got to have Kim on here too, because she's kind of a big, we're a team on that one. So we can't do me with not having Kim. So
Yeah, shout out to Kim Gray. She's texting me like
Yes.
3 times telling me how
Kim,
right. she
Kim
is.
really kind of started a good,
Yeah, yeah.
she started all this. It was a
Yeah,
snowball
she
thing.
said, I'm glad people finally figured out what I've been trying to tell you for 2
Yeah,
years.
because
That's
she was
probably
teaching
most
all of
excited
this.
Kim,
Yeah.
Kim, I know you're one of my favorite people in the world. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. She's amazing. She's amazing. The first time ever I saw her flip and dip, I went, I was in
Roll
Andalusia,
Tide.
Alabama. Roll Tide. I was in Andalusia, Alabama, and I called Tammy Motley in Colorado Springs out in front of the training in Andalusia. And I said, oh my goodness. Kim Gray just launched, said she was doing something here. We've got to figure this out. We got to figure it out. Kim, the world's catching on, lady.
Everybody's flipping and dipping now.
Flipping and dipping. I love that.
Well, everybody out there have a super Saturday. We've got our third kid graduating, and I've got a bunch of kids in town. So I'm actually sitting in front of the beach. So I'll send everybody a picture here in about 5 minutes of how pretty our water is here in Panama City, Florida today.
As I go set up for everybody to come eat for graduation.
Todd goes
Somebody's gotta
to
do
plays,
the work.
Matthew goes to work.
That's right.
All right.
Have
Y'all
fun
have
on
a
your
great
trip,
Saturday.
Anthony.
Love you guys. Have,
Thank you.
have a great Saturday. We're grateful
Thank
for
you.
you.
Awesome call. Thanks.
Thanks a million, everybody.
Oh,
Great
man.
call.
Wow.
Hey,
A great
guys.
trip,
Okay,
Ant.
I'm gonna send her right back over to you.
Bye.
Anthony.
Anthony.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Anthony, we're gonna miss you. You have fun on that cruise.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Hey.
Thank you, Cynthia.